Hey guys, this is Report with Modest Millions. Today we're going to be doing a comparison video on World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV crafting and talking about their successes and failures. Coming from a person that has played World of Warcraft for 10 years and supporting Blizzard through the ups and downs, I am just getting to the point to where I cannot do it anymore. Final Fantasy has started showing the WoW community what an MMO can be if it centers its content around the fan base. Final Fantasy crafting is absolutely everything an MMO crafting system should strive to be. Yoshi P stated in an interview that WoW was a role model to them. And to me, this is a perfect example of a role model being surpassed. Final Fantasy XIV took everything that was successful with the WoW crafting system and made it better. And then doubling down, they took all the criticism for the WoW system and then added new concepts, fresh concepts, fixed the old system that was broken, and in my opinion made Final Fantasy crafting the best crafting system of any MMO on the market right now. So diving straight into this, guys, I'm going to start off by talking about the elephant in the room when it comes to these two crafting systems. World of Warcraft allows you to pick two primary professions. Everyone gets cooking, fishing, archaeology, etc. But the main crafting professions and gathering professions like tailoring, blacksmithing, leatherworking, etc. You have to pick two per toon. If you want to try any of the other professions, well, too bad. You either have to unlearn the current ones that you have, or you have to make an alt. That's why everybody in WoW that has played for a significant amount of time has alts, because they're making alts to either make more money or have the other professions so that they can in turn make more money. So how does Final Fantasy respond to this? They come out and they let everybody have one character that has all the professions. Yes, I'm just going to stop right there. You heard me right. Every character, just one character, can have all the professions. You can have all the crafting professions. You can have all the gathering professions. Everything. No more alts. You just have one single crafting character. All the professions on one character. And really and truly, if that wasn't enough, Final Fantasy implemented crafting gear. And I know all the WoW people are going to be sitting there thinking, oh, you know, like the crafting gear that we have, the enchant with WoW that lets you craft faster, or the pickaxe that increases your mining level. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about specific gear with stats that boost your proficiency, like control and crafting power. So not only do you have a character that has all the crafting classes that you need, you have to make sure that you have crafting armor sets. You actually have to have armor for your crafting, and you have to level that armor, or you're not going to be able to craft the new gear. And guess what? You'll actually fail an attempt to craft an item. Yeah, if you didn't know that, you can fail a craft when you try to attempt to craft. And if you fail a craft, the materials that you were using to try and make that are completely destroyed. I know, sounds like a bummer, right? Yeah, no, wrong. This adds an element of pride and craftsmanship to the items that World of Warcraft just doesn't give you. Final Fantasy gives you that. And speaking of craftsmanship, I know all the crafters in WoW right now know how difficult it is to craft an item, right? You get the materials, and then guess what? You hit the craft button. That was really hard. It is guaranteed that you're going to get the item that you just hit the craft button for. All you had to do was press a button. Now, I just want you to sit back and picture this for a minute. What if when you wanted to craft an item, you had to fill a completion bar by using abilities that were specific to each class that allow you to use total crafting power, or CP points, to fill a percentage bar to 100% so that the item was crafted successfully? I know, it just absolutely blows my mind. Why would somebody want such in-depth, detailed, and intricate crafting system for their game? But that's exactly what Final Fantasy XIV gives you. You may use those abilities, and guess what? You may fail. You're gonna fail. I mean, you know what that does when you fail? it makes it just that much more rewarding when you successfully craft that item. Having crafted the item, it doesn't feel like just a consolation prize for you clicking the button and, oh, good for you, you bought the materials off the auction house or you farmed them and you click the button and you automatically make it. No, it's not a consolation prize anymore. You actually had to put effort and time, and you have to understand your crafting class and playing it. You know, depth, that thing that we all love about classes, we're just not getting that anymore with World of Warcraft. But Final Fantasy is covering all of those. And as you'll start to realize the further I go into this, Final Fantasy XIV did something that I feel WoW stopped doing a very long time ago, which was actually trying to better themselves. So Final Fantasy XIV introduced high-quality crafting items. So simply put, these high-quality versions of the normal items that you're already crafting, except they have one big difference. They give you the stats of the normal version of the next higher item for that slot. So simply put, you put the time and effort into actually having to work to make a high-quality gear for yourself, and then you can almost double your stats before reaching that next level. Again, another exclusive thing that not everybody will do or have. You're not entitled to be able to do everything in the game simply because you paid for it. Some things you actually have to work for. And finally, I just wanted to throw this out there because this whole thing has just been driving me crazy. I wanted to ask you guys something. When was the last time that you guys felt connected to the crafting professions for any reason other than just making gold? Please comment below. I want to know, because if I'm being honest with myself, I truly can't remember. But with Final Fantasy, it brings these amazing concepts like crafting guilds, crafting class-specific quests, leave quests, other stuff that you can do to level each crafting profession, and it just brings you in and makes you feel a sense of connection to each crafting class. Blizzard, and this is to you, Blizzard's seen the light. They tried to address this with the new patch update and give us tools of the trade, which were an absolute failure. Blizzard, this was your chance. You've got to address these things. If you don't, it's done. In my opinion, you have to get rid of the cancer that is Titan Forged and Warforged, and you have to give your crafters power to make the items useful longer than 20 minutes when you're leveling. Blizzard, you're absolutely shooting yourself in the foot by trivializing in-game content, and people are not going to stick around to see if you're going to fix it this time because they're finding Final Fantasy. Many people right now are sitting on the forums talking about this. People are finding out that the grass is truly greener on the other side. You're hemorrhaging your player subscriptions, and Final Fantasy is soaking it up. And I'm going to end this. If you don't make changes, all that's going to be left is a sad shell of the game that I personally love, and love now for nostalgic reasons more than anything. And all those who are going to remain are the ones that are simply just too hurt to let a dying game go.